Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to offer you some intuitive and channeled guidance that is more spiritual in nature. So if you're a spiritual seeker and a light worker, somebody that is on a spiritual path, welcome and enjoy this video. Take the guidance that really resonates with you, leave the rest. It is a timeless collective reading. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Anika Ray, and I am a spiritual intuitive, which means that I'm really more focused on giving you soul level guidance that you can use on your path, but it's also in your life. Generally, I like to give you the general messages first and then ground it a little bit with some oracle and tarot cards. So that's how we are going to start this reading, with some collective messages. Now, interestingly enough, as I was getting ready for this reading, specific group of guides or female guides actually came through. A lot of goddesses and divine feminine energy. So these are the tarot oracle cards that I will be working with that are more resonating with the energy of that divine feminine. If you resonate with that aspect, that's okay. Again, this reading is meant for both genders, but this is where the guides wanted me to go and sort of work with that divine feminine energy. And to start this by really telling you that what they want to give you in this reading is an opportunity to also tune into your own frequencies of the divine feminine and of the heart, because those of you that are drawn to this video have spent some time, either in some sort of environments where you practice spirituality in the past. Maybe you were that high priest, priestess, or you were like in mystery schools. There's a lot of connection with these particular guides for you, and from past lives. And again, they want to honor your path and dedication to your own spiritual growth, which is why you're here. Now, the first message that's coming through is you're not alone. They want to let you know that a lot of times on your path, and perhaps even in past lives, even if you worked in groups, perhaps you felt isolated and alone. And maybe in this lifetime, you may feel alone at times. Maybe some of you I see are only child, or you feel, even if you had siblings, that we were kind of separated. I hate to use the word you were like the black sheep of the family, but maybe that's how you felt. Maybe that's how you feel on the planet Earth as well. Like, perhaps you don't feel like you belong at all times, or perhaps you feel, a lot of you are very sensitive to energies, to chemicals. You're very sensitive in nature, maybe empathic or that clairsentient. You're like the image they're giving me, like a beautiful rose, and you are strong, but at times you feel like that aloneness is this isolation. Also, you feel like a lot of expectations have been put on your shoulder. Maybe you do carry a lot of responsibilities in your family or family group or your friends group, or generally, if you're a spiritual light worker or a seeker, maybe you feel a deep responsibility. Could be an honor, but it could be like a little heavy on your shoulder. And again, they want to remind you you're not alone. You're not carrying this burden alone, that there are guides. And if you're willing to really open up, they're willing to assist you and guide you. And that there is a need for you to also alleviate this responsibility and make it lighter for yourself. So it's important that you don't always take this life experience so seriously. As a matter of fact, what they're showing me, some of these goddesses are kind of doing like the song and the dance, like so like they're saying dancing to the rhythm of life, letting it loose. Maybe that even means dancing, going out and just having fun, being playful, really expressing that. Even for some of us, it's expressing that sensuality and sexuality through dance, like really that feminine, even if you're not, right, a woman, kind of expressing that feminine aspect through different feminine activities. As I'm mentioning, like dance is the most prevalent one that they're mentioning, but also sexuality, sensuality, just sort of like they're saying putting on your best outfit and sort of like pampering yourself, like being that best version of yourself. Like don't be afraid to really like shine and to have fun and to be that really deep, to bring that deep feminine qualities around you, again, regardless of the gender. Another thing that's really coming through around motherhood and your relationship to motherhood and to your mothers, and again, regardless of the gender, specific, right, sisterhood, right, that in essence, if you have been betrayed by, feminine energies in your life, whether it's mothers, sisters, friends that are women, now this is specifically, right, relating to like the, sort of like when it comes to those motherly figures, it doesn't matter, aunts, whomever, right? Stepmother, that's my case, right? That if you have been hurt, that part of this journey of you experiencing pain, it was not just to wound you, but it was to sort of kind of bring you closer to yourself, right? Part of the mother is that divine mother that exists for all of us. And so you always will have that quality within yourself, that nurturing, loving presence within self. It's that a lot of times in religion, it's described by beloved mother. A lot of times Queen Yin is behind me. So, right, different cultures, different, right, resonance to the beloved mother, divine mother. That quality is within you. So even if you're not a mother, you can be mother to yourself. And as I'm repeating, those that have experienced wounding from mother or, women figures in your life, betrayal or something like that, even from a friend, that it has brought you closer to healing and to yourself, to integrate some aspects, because in a human sense, mother is also, they're saying, a person, right? It is, the mother has those natural qualities, or a woman, or again, like those natural nurturing qualities are there, but there's also a person, and there are masculine qualities within us as well. And so if they're not properly balanced, and if they have, right, this dynamic. So, I hear for some of you, maybe you're thinking, well, my mother was not really meant to be a mother, or this friend was really not a good friend. This is not about you forgiving them. This is about you sort of forgiving yourself for choosing maybe these people in your life that have brought you closer to your own healing or closer to yourself. I know personally, I can tell you my relationship with my stepmother was not and has not been the best, and really, if I'm being honest, not even with my own mother, but specifically with these two, like the figures that were brought in as a part of the, right, like that, in my opinion, I thought my stepmother should have been a motherly figure to me, and that's not how it turned out. Again, it's brought me closer to my healing. So I understand this message is not about, right, forgiving the people. It's about forgiving yourself, finding that acceptance and kindness for yourself, and really be there for yourself and awakening that divine motherly aspect within yourself. And a final general message that I want to leave you with is deserving of love, that you are deserving of love. And so if you are looking for that partnership, or if you do have partnership already, but you want to elevate it, not to be afraid to really ask for what you're looking for, because essentially you as a woman or a man, you have certain desires, but these guides, these goddesses, These higher vibrational beings are aware that maybe some of us are kind of selling ourselves short, or not really asking for what we want. And that can mean when you're trying to attract a partner, and when you're actually in a relationship and you're not getting what you truly want, or you're wanting to elevate that relationship to another level, right? That's part of the meaning here. So, I hope these messages have helped you. If you want to stick to the part 2 where we ground this even more with some oracle and tarot cards, then by all means do so. If not, then I will see you in the next reading. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. All right, welcome to part 2, where we ground this reading with goddesses, with our oracle and tarot cards. And we're going to start by doing it slightly differently. I'm actually going to show cards because it's easier and moves faster through the reading and could be even more helpful to all of us. Now, I have been guided to certain decks. There are only really 5 cards here, but we're going to dive deeper into them. And we're going to start with the tarot cards of the Sacred Feminine. So I'm going to show this card so that you gather that this is a 4 of Pentacles. It's really a beautiful card, and it really is referring to kind of fallen angels here. But one of the things that is being brought through this card, through the guidance and what these goddesses want to remind you is, really of that original sin, they're calling it. It's like fall in consciousness. This is going very deep, right, to the humanity and collective. So this separation consciousness, the lack, the separation, the loneliness started a long time ago by feeling separation from the divine within you, and that you are being called in different ways to embrace that divinity again. And this can mean more empowerment for yourself, more self-love. It can mean spirituality and opening to different spiritual practices, but essentially it is about this divine light that's always shining on you and within you, and that you're brave enough in this lifetime, because a lot of us are really here for this ascension. But even if you don't resonate with this word ascension, to honor that you are on a spiritual path in some way, and the different forms for you to look for that integration with the divine. A lot of us are in this space as well of really opening up to this awakening of the divine feminine. This is about expanding your heart space, your heart centered, being more in a space of receiving. And generally, this message is really for you individually, but also for humanity, right? That this big part of the cycle is about awakening divine feminine. It is about unity consciousness. It is about bringing about this unity and sort of like all of the things that have meant falling in consciousness, which means karmic patterns, lessons that were more difficult, survivalistic topics, everything that you had to go through your soul's journey through. And even in this lifetime, to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. If you're dealing with some harsh situations or difficult situations, just to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, the second card that came through is Embrace Your Uniqueness and Untamed. This is this card of Wild Rose. This comes from the Rose Oracle and Rebecca Campbell's oracles. And right away, what I'm getting from this is the delicateness, right? Like how there is this softness and empathy within you, and they don't want you to lose that. I know for a lot of you, you had to put a brave face, and you had to really step into the space of, I hate to call it masculinity, but like that strength and resilience And they want to let you know that you're called to really embrace that innocence, the empathy, the heart, that the big heart that you have underneath all of that strength, resilience, and power that you must exhibit. Sometimes it is about being strong for others. So if you have felt you had to do that all your life, yet inside you are very sensitive, that, hold on to your sensitivity and start to express it, because it's very valuable. Now, I want to also honor the message that comes from this, specifically when it comes to this embrace your uniqueness. And this is about, again, tying into the previous reading. If someone says that you're not normal, say thank you. If someone says that you're doing what you're doing is not normal, say naturally. The wild rose knows that no rose is the same as another. She doesn't try to bloom in a neat row according to schedule. She doesn't open and close according to who walks by. She trusts her timing as she blooms with wild abandon. She's resilient. She knows who she is. So the message here and transmission, if you want to really attune to this message, is I free myself of what keeps me captive. I allow the unique wildness within me to be free. Again, if you had to really be in the space of putting on a mask, really stay in the space where you had to pretend, you had to hide your sensitivity, this is that calling of freeing yourself, what made you captive, okay? Very powerful message. Now we have Isis here as well, Divine Sun Child, Blessings of the Sun Falcon. This is like a beautiful, beautiful card. Isis, and we have birds here as well, but this is about really embracing that. It's showing me like a solar plexus, so embracing your inner power. You've actually always been powerful, but you've not known how to express that power because you learned this from different individuals in your life. Maybe this is about hiding your power as well. Maybe this is about expressing it in a way that's expected from you. Maybe if you are that boss babe, right? And this is the word that's coming through. If you are that entrepreneurial, masculine, kind of like the go-getter woman that is, a boss, bitch, right? Like if you have been kind of looked down on, and Isis wants you to really embrace the power of the sun, to allow the sun to really shine on you, to be present there for you, and to embrace your inner power in a way that really suits you. And if that, entrepreneurial, bossy thing is you, if you own it, then really fully step into your power. And I just want to honor the blessings here. The blessing of the Sun Falcon, the Divine Sun Child, Horus, son of Isis and Osiris, flow to you now, beloved infinite. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the Sun Falcon herald the time when your divine legacy is being born. It is your time to burn right? Embrace your power. Be who you are. All right, now we're going to move it along. We have from Megan Watterson, Divine Feminine, actually Parvati, the goddess of devotion. It says here, I'm love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Again, one beautiful card. One of the things that really resonates here with me is the power of the love for self, right? That self-empowerment leads into self-love, and this goddess wants to remind you that there are many forms of self-love. Self-care is one, but also self-empowerment can be another. What empowers you at this moment? You may want to find that. For some of you, it is about finding your soul's purpose. For some of you, it's finding the love for self. And for some of you, finding that deep healing for self, but it's about embracing self in all the forms, in all the ways. Now, I want to also read what it says here when who this goddess is. It embodies the divine strength of devotion. She's mountain that love becomes when devote ourselves to one another and to your own soul. So it is about devoting to your soul's path. It is a Hindu goddess of fertility, love, and devotion, and divine strength and power. She's gentle, nurturing aspect of Shakti, a female energy, and a power of trinity of power of Hindu goddesses together, right, with Shakti and Lakshmi and Saraswati. So when your soul selects discard, what is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about strength. We can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love as well, right? Bonds of love here, even for yourself and with others. It's about divine feminine potency of being calm, benevolent presence, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. So if you want to meditate on this, soul voice meditation, say, what am I most devoted to at this moment? That could be also it. I was getting more about how can I find that empowerment, that, when you find that devotion, you'll find your empowerment. And the intention can be, I am love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Okay, and then the final one from Colette Baron Reed, Morgan, is about death and magic. A beautiful purple card. One of the things I want to mention here, it is about transformation. So you are definitely transforming, my friend. You're going through that transformation. In this space of transformation, many things can show up for you that you have not really even hoped for, or like it has been deep desire, but you have not even acknowledged it. So this goddess, Morgan, is saying to really acknowledge all there is within you and to not be afraid, to be open to magic that comes through transformation. Alignment message is magic is everywhere in all aspects of life, including death, dying, decay, and what is dark and hidden deep within our very natures. Yet in modern culture, we spend so much time in denial, concocting ways to avoid, right, that death, letting go of things that no longer serve us, refusing to allow nature to be true. We lost so much wisdom as a result. You're being invited to address the areas in your life that no longer serve and what needs to die without a promise of what will take its place. Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking? Like a caterpillar who has no idea how to be butterfly, you must surrender to the process of metamorphosis. I can't pronounce that word. It offers you alignment, task, and self-inquiry. So what death are you resisting right now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How has fear ruled your choices? And who could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms? Your magic is so much stronger than what you think. You could do this. Your dreams depend on it. And Morgan will be with you all steps of the way. All right, so this was our tarot and oracle guidance from these goddesses. I want to really thank this presence. Can you feel it? How wonderful this divine feminine presence has been for all of us. Open your hearts and really embrace these messages. Whatever resonates will stay with you. Whatever doesn't, it will not. And I'm sending you lots of love and light and all the best. If you really like this video, please, again, don't forget to share, to like, to subscribe, to comment. And of course, I'm sending you lots of love and light. I will see you next time. If you desire to connect with me on a personal level through readings, those links will be in the description.